The free guard zone will be adopted by the World Curling Federation, which is the old International Curling Federation. Some of the open-minded can't wait to put the rule in motion. The traditionalists, however, they're not as willing to accept the rule.
I've thought about it a lot, and I'm against it mainly because our game has been such a terrific game over the years that, and they haven't proven it's going to be any good. There's going to be lots of complications.
A true game of curling is known as curl, and therefore curl around things, and I think it's a great new thing for our sport.
To help me explain the free guard zone rule is the two-time Brier champion and former world champion Ed Lukowich. Ed, what's this rule all about, and where did it come from?
Well, the modified Moncton rule came from the Moncton rule, from the Moncton 100 in 1990, where the lead was not allowed to remove any stones from play, regardless if they were in the rings or out in front of the rings. The difficulty was that a lead could then go the entire season without playing a takeout. So then we had to move to the modified Moncton rule.
And now it's the free guard zone rule. They changed the name, and let's take a look at how this rule works.
Well, free guard zone rule says that any rock in front of the rings, which is in front of the tee line as well, cannot be removed from play. And the penalty for that is if a red rock of the leads came along and took out the other lead rock, this one would go back and the shooter would be taken.
Okay.
You know, there's going to be a lot of things they don't think of. For instance, if the guard zone means you can't hit anything that's over the hog line, the lead or second, that's over between the house and the hog. And for instance, if you try to come around and happen to hit it and it hits the board, an umpire has to come and put it back. So it's going to delay the game.
To stay where we are without any movement is more or less the head in the sand option, and I would prefer that we would try new things to try to make this game as interesting as possible.
So a stone which is in the ring, such as this one here, the yellow one, the lead can remove that. But a rock over on the side there, which is in front of the tee line, over by the boards, that is also in the free guard zone. So it cannot be removed by the lead either.
We have to adopt a new rule because we should attract more spectators. In a commitment we made to the Olympic organization, or Olympic Committee, we tried to state that we will have a more attractive game.
But we have to have it involved with the Olympics next year, and to have it played in the Olympics will be played under the rules and conditions that the ICF have at that year of the Olympics.
I actually think it's going to hurt the chances to get into the Olympics, mainly because if the people that are voting, which is 120-some countries, I'd say over 100 of them don't know nothing about curling. If they think we're having trouble with our game and we have to change rules, why should they take it on?
So what does this rule stop then?
Well, it really eliminates peeling from the game for the opposition lead. So that allowed some guards to get into play. It allows the draw game to get started. And even if a team is 2 or 3 up in the game, then they can't really just go ahead and peel all the guards off and run away with the game. This way they have to keep making good shots right to the end of the game.
We have the feeling that it should be changed to a more attractive sport. That's all I can say.
Is it going to make the game more exciting?
Well, I certainly think it will, because even if a team is 2 or 3 up with an end left, there's going to be plenty of rocks in play, and it's going to be an offensive type of game for both teams. So we're going to see a lot of great shots in the late end.
Our sport is going and has changed.
Being from the old school, I hope it doesn't change.
All right, free guard zone or twilight zone, what do the people think? Well, 198 people in our crowd poll today at the Winnipeg Arena said they would like the new rule. 151 said they would dislike it. And it gives you an idea of how many people are uncertain. 101 said they are unsure. So we'll really get a gauge of how that rule will be adopted and how they'll feel next year when that rule is actually put into place. Well, the end of curling season, which ends later